Hey, Bo, is this your first class? Awesome. Very cool. Okay. Hi, Mona. Are you unmuting? Or are you just playing with the screen? We're going to start in 1 minute.
I'm playing with the screen.
Oh, that's fine. It's
I'm
yours.
looking at who's in the group chat.
At what?
I'm looking at who's in the group.
Oh, small group today. Definitely some people we need to yell at,
Yeah.
but not you all. All right. Let's get the party started, everybody. Let's line up. I'm going to put this back to here. There we go. All right, team. Standing, ready stabs, feet together, attention, and now. Good. Okay, so remember, we have a women only class starting at 12. We're going to shorten this class by about 10 minutes to make sure I can handle anyone who might be joining that class. If they are, running late or having problems with the login, I want to help them out. So we're going to be very efficient with this class. Professor Jose is going to lead the warm-ups, the drills. I'll jump in and maybe share a technique, or we can do the Q&A portion, and that's how we're going to run the class today. So thank you guys for joining, and I'm going to turn it over to Professor Jose.
All right, let's set up team. So make sure you guys have space around you. So we're gonna start with our basic tiger routine. We're gonna do one exercise for a little bit, leading up to the next one until we get to number six, and then we're gonna run through the routine a few times. That'll be sort of like our warm up to get moving. Then I want to show you guys a couple of drills, positional drills, and then also give you guys some ideas. Maybe at home, maybe you have a punching bag, or maybe you have one of those medicine balls or one of those blow up balls, right? I'll show you a couple of drills based on the position we're going to work on today. All right. So the first drill we're working on, we'll get into our hip position here as mount position. And first drill is called the whip. So I'm using the motion of my arms to rotate my legs and my arms together around. All right. And you guys can follow the lead as well. So we'll go from side to side, create a rhythm. Drill number one, the whip. So as you move on, try to rely on not posting your hands on the mat on this one. I know some of them you do, but on this one, I'm trying to use my hands for momentum as I swing side to side. I'm also trying to keep my posture up as I'm moving. I know I lean forward, but I don't want to fall over. All right, I still want to keep the balance on my posture. Good. So the second drill we're moving on to is called kick the door drill. So on this one of the biggest mistakes or misunderstanding on this one is people think you have to swing a leg around just like it was the whip. But in reality, what I'm doing is I'm bringing this knee to my chest. Then I kick. You see? That allows me to have more freedom to not lose my balance. And now I'll switch. Okay? Now from here, instead of swinging my leg around, I'll bring my knee to my chest again and go back. Then we'll go. Good job, team. Next drill, call around the world. Make sure you got space. Don't kick anything. So what I'm doing is I'm posting my hand to the side. I am bringing my chest forward. This will allow my weight transfer to sort of lean this way, and this leg is now able to swing, right? See how I'm able to kick it? Now from here, I'm using the momentum to create the movement with my legs, just like a flower sweep. Now there's a detail, right? If I allow my hip to come off the ground, it's sort of going to change me off position. But what I want to do is maintaining my hips on the mat. That would anchor my body, my lower hips, into the ground. The second part is my hands. This will allow me to create momentum and that speed into the drill without losing the position. Like I'm trying to kick something, you see? Then I use the momentum. Great job, team. All right, so the next drill is called protecting walking, right? I'm posting my hands onto the side on this one. I know some of them you don't. And now, from this position, I'm switching my legs, right? And I stay very low. So now that I have a control position, I can do a push-up and kick through. Just similar to the kick and go drill, then I slowly bring it back to my position, then I switch. I'm gonna do the whip to get to the other side, then I'll repeat. Good. All right, so let's continue doing this drill, right? Anytime I switch, I'm going back to the whip. All right, so if I was on this side, I'm going back to this, then again, protecting walking. Great job, team. Next drill is called the lizard drill. What I'm doing is I'm bringing my arm behind my back, bringing my shoulder not to the side necessarily, more forward, right? Then I get this knee out the way by kicking it back as I step my other knee up. This allows the space, gives the space for this knee to go through. My knee is down. It's a little bit more difficult for me to get rid of this knee. Step my leg up, and I just kick through. And now I'm switching and step up. Why? Because I need the space for my leg to kick through. My knees down is a little bit difficult. Knees up, I can kick through. All right, again. Posture up every time. To the reset position, it's here, like an S mount. Great, team. Kind of speed up through this a little bit. Now, the last one. Let's go back. So what I'm doing on this one, right, is I'm stepping forward. All right? And then I lean my weight into the knee, so this knee becomes lighter off the ground. Now I'm able to kick across. Control, balance. Slowly go down. Now this is crucial, right? I have to be able to step back properly. If my leg doesn't tuck back in, I'm going to step that way. See? As I bring my leg in, that allows my hips to go straight back. Now I'm in the same position. Now I can switch. Then again, right? Watch this leg here. What I'm doing is I'm tucking my pulsing my toes, stepping forward, and then my leg goes in. So the leg, the motion. You can break it down in two parts. Then I go back slowly, control. Then I can add the second part, which is the kick. Then I can do the drill in one part. Great. All right, so let's do the drill together. Let's go through the tiger routine. Each drill, we're gonna go over and back. All right, we'll start with the whip. And then once we're done with it, we're gonna restart from the beginning. So once we're done with number 6, we'll restart with number 1. Let's run through this drill about 3 times. It shouldn't take longer than a minute and a half, all right? So S-mount position here, and let's do it together. And go. The whip. Kick the door drill. Around the world. Good, protecting walking. Good, squat. Again. Great, let's do the drill. Kick them out drill. Whip. And again. Kick the door drill. Good, around the world. Good, protecting walking. Let's drill. Kick them out drill. Again, a little faster now. Great job, team. So I don't know about you guys, but my tiger routine has improved not even 100%, 1,000%. I feel very fluid. I feel I have much more control. And kind of like jiu-jitsu, when you start learning technique and then you start hitting it in training without quite thinking about it. That's how I'm kind of going through the drills and the routines. So the position that we worked on with the kids was knee on belly. I want to translate it to a drill that you can practice on your own, right? Then I'll show a couple back drills and a couple other stuff you can use. So the knee on belly, they can be used for pinning, self-defense. I love it for that aspect of it. Stay away from the person, your face, control someone, right? That's why you constantly see police officers doing like a double knee on belly or reverse knee on belly, right? You can use it to transition to the mount, more dominant position, back mount. You can use it to Um, create submissions. Near arm bar, far side arm bar, attack the Kimura. Then obviously you can attack the legs. And as you become more advanced, you can use the knee on belly from the top to attack the leg attacks as well. All right. So this is the position, right? I can start on my knees here, like a side mount, right? I post, and all I'm doing is I'm bringing my right knee forward just a little bit, very tight to the ground, like I would drag it across my partner's hip. And my other hand is posting on the hip and posting on the shoulder. So I sit up, and then look. Something very common in the on belly is we lean forward, we get rolled, or we lean back. They shrimp away. So what I'm doing is I'm stepping my leg up and good posture. I'm pulling up. This is what the knee on belly will look in person. Then I can go back and switch, right? Maybe I can do a reverse knee on belly, right? So I can do this as a drill, right? Where I can go knee on belly, reverse knee on belly. We can speed it up here in a minute. Then I can also use this drill, knee on belly, to mount. How do I mount? Simple, watch my knee. I bring my knee tight and I use my feet sort of like a windshield wiper motion to now mount heavy and close. You see? And how do I get off the mount? The same way. I lean back forward and use the windshield motion with my feet and I step back. See? So now it becomes a drill. I can step over to the other side. And then you can do a little faster without stopping on the mount. Just windshield wiper from one side to the other side, knee on belly. So you can create your own flow, right? And then you can create your own drills based on the position. You can hold the position longer. You can drill, move fast. You can have maybe one of your teammates call the position, like knee on belly, reverse knee on belly, windshield wiper to the other side. Just things like that that can kind of allow you to react and move and get a little sweat going, right? So if you want, we can practice this together, team. We should do it together. So we're gonna start on the side mount. And all I'm gonna do is call knee on belly, reverse knee on belly, regular knee on belly, reverse knee on belly, side mount, reverse knee on belly, regular knee on belly, right? And every time we go to a knee on belly position, which I'm not doing it now, just as a good reminder, it's posture up. Posture up. Don't try to rush, just knee on belly. So get that posture up. Make them feel your weight, all right? And then I'm gonna call the windshield wiper to the other side. Knee on belly, come up to knee on belly. Windshield wiper to the other knee. Boom, go to mount, heavy. Anytime you go to mount, you stay heavy, right? Back off to the knee on belly. Back off to the side mount, all right? So everyone get in position. Follow my lead, all right? We're starting here in the side mount position. Go knee on belly, posture up. Good, back to side mount. Knee on belly, up. 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 Reverse knee on belly. Back to regular knee on belly. Back to side mount. Reverse knee on belly. Back to regular knee on belly. Side mount. Knee on belly. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Balance with your foot. Good. Back, go to the mount. Heavy, heavy mount. Squeeze your feet. Knee on belly on the other side. Good. Reverse knee on belly on the other side. Back to regular knee on belly. Side mount position. Good. Up to knee on belly. Back to the mount. Good. Knee on belly on the other side. Now we're gonna switch. Windshield wiper motion from one knee on belly to the other one. Posting our hands and floating our feet over. Pull every time. Posture up every time. Good. Keep up, team. Nice. Great job. Good job. So, what can you add to this? You can add submissions, right? I can go to knee on belly drill, even without a bag, without anything. Notice I'm still working on my form, right? What's very common? Knee on belly, choke. Biggest mistake on the choke is people lean forward. Now, I can grab the choke, pull the person to me, right? So I go back, knee on belly, practice my chokes. I squeeze everything tight. Then I go back. So now it's like I'm doing a little repetition. What else can I do? With the choke, they start blocking with their arm, right? So I sit up, knee on belly, attack the neck. They start blocking with their hand. Watch my foot. My foot steps forward, and I step over the head. And I can sit into my arm, right? And I can just float, rotate back to knee on belly, attack the neck, slide into the arm bar. Going off the screen a little bit, all right? So how, how do I think about this is, I don't know about you guys, but I haven't quite been able to train, obviously, like I usually do. So I want to continue going through the motions as well, right? So doing this knee on belly repetition, as you guys can see, I'm sweating, allows me to remember the posture, the position, the balance. As I challenge myself and make it sort of cardio drill, then I start adding those submissions, right? Because I'm not going past the most essential part of jiu-jitsu, which is the control, right? What happens when you learn a position? Right away, you want to play submission. Well, how can I submit from here? How can I finish from here? Which is correct. That's the idea, right? But have you maximized the effort of control? Have you maximized the effort of posture or grips? All those little battles, right? And then allow the whole picture to become easier, and that submission that you want will come, right? And sort of like the approach that I'm doing right now with the positional, right? It's knee on belly. We worked on the focus and balance, and now we start adding the submissions, right? I can also go knee on belly, right? I'm attacking one side of the arm, but I can't get it, so they go to mount. Continuing the submission to the mount. Continuing the submission from the mount into the arm bar. So I still have the same flow, right? I can go knee on belly up. I can't get the neck. I can attack the far side arm bar. Right? I can rewind it. This is something Professor Travis used to make us do a while back ago, was rewind the technique. Go and reverse it. I think it's a very good way of learning, right? Especially right now when we're limited with the drills. For example, in Neon Belly, how we kept constantly going back to the side mount. You question why? Because it's a drill, you're trying to sweat? Sure, that is, right? But the most important reason is because you're trying to build repetition. I don't know about you guys, but I don't just apply a knee on belly and stays there. Typically, even a white belt will push it off. Then I have to come back with the knee on, they'll push it up. Then by the third or fourth time, they're a little more tired, right? Why? Because I was able to establish that posture. Now, could I force it? Maybe. I'll be able to keep it, but the idea of constantly fighting for the position is it has to be open, right? And then that's going to allow you to control. The other part about the neon belly is I can go reverse neon belly, like I said, right? And now I can step back. And now I'm into a mounted position, you see? So right off the bat, I'm adding more and more drills to this. I can go knee on belly, use it to go to mount. I can go knee on belly, reverse knee on belly, and now I'm able to step over to the mount, all right? So now for the second part, I'm gonna show you guys a couple other drills, but this time, I wanna go first essentially go with body movement. Now we're gonna use a couple other tools that you guys might have at home or easy access to, all right? Let me get them. One is a punching bag. This is not a huge bag, even a smaller bag. Even one of those bags that you throw can work. Easy access to the, I mean, a great way to have access to doing drills without a partner. Where now you guys can see what I mean about the movement, right? Makes relevant to jiu-jitsu. Windshield wiper up. I love the windshield wiper motion drills here with the bag because it also allows me to start using my toes. Notice how a lot of people go knee on belly and keep this leg down here. No, I want this knee on belly like if I'm hooking and kicking the person. That allows me to get the most out of my position. Right now, I use that same hook as an anchor for the windshield wiper, right? Watch how he hooks. Here, then goes to this side and hooks. My feet are floating on top. And now I can step back up. Now, have you ever done any like leg pumping as you're trying to pass guard? Very simple, right? Similar. I'm here, I'm floating on butterfly, and I'm able to get rid of the butterfly into a knee on belly. Or somebody's trying to lift me up, and I'm able to lean my weight and sit to this side. All right. So a couple balance drills. The reverse knee on belly. Up. Now I can switch, like I mentioned earlier, going into a mounted position. Then I can switch it into an arm ball, rewind it. Maybe he's losing the mount. Go back to attack the neck here. Maybe I'm losing it. Go back to the knee on belly. All right. And then you can sort of challenge yourself. Put a timer on, call different positions, or you can create a flow. I do a flow, cut through pass, knee on belly, reverse knee on belly here, step back over, back to knee on belly, maybe switching to the other side here. So now you start creating movement, right? This bag or any other bag, very useful for that. We also have, maybe you have one of these float balls, right? A lot of people have them in the corner in their garage, don't use them as often as they should. There's a lot of awesome drills you can do. I show you a whole class of stuff you can do with this bag, but I want to still keep it relevant to the position we're working on, which is knee on belly. Now, how does the resistance change? The bag doesn't move. This does, right? So my core, my activation of my core, my balance has to be more on point, right? Which it can either be challenging or it can be fun, right? I look at it as a fun drill because it allows me to balance and play with my post and everything. So I'm here, notice how I'm already working a little bit more, use my hands, I move, I'm connecting, I'm constantly working on that. And I don't even have to do all those crazy drills because just this by itself is burning my leg here, right? Do a couple squats, do a couple knee on belly drills, do the type of routine before you do this, and you're gonna see how much more challenged you're gonna be, all right? Then I'm gonna start adding movement, right? Constantly controlling my knee on belly on top. I don't recommend hands on the mat, but the point of this is think about it. They're pushing on your knees, right? They're turning away like you're floating on top of the person. And then I can add here, I can add like drills of balance drills. Stand back on the ball. Why? Because they push your knee off and they're pushing you off and throwing you. So you try to maintain your pressure on top of them. All right. There's a ton of other stuff you guys can do at home. We'll keep showing you guys. All right. And I have a couple other things. I'm going to show one more. You can also use a foam roller. You have a foam roller, it rolls, right? And the last one here, if you have some form of medicine ball, it's also very useful. I like this one over here more, but why I think this one is cool is because it's smaller. You have less room, right? So you have to be a little bit more point, right? You have to drop your hip, heavy, control. Notice how I roll my hip, roll my shin. I'm never losing any touch with the ball. Then I can start adding drills shoulder pressure, stay on top of the ball, turn, right? We have Lola and Cameron, the two of our kids, students, and when they show up to a class, show up early, they have a routine of warm ups they do, and this medicine ball they use it often, right? Um, so yeah, those are a couple ways, a couple um, drills you guys can do at home, and can constantly work on your movement, constantly work on your flow, on your cardio, on your strength, right? It all depends. Oh yeah, the other part about this smaller ball, and you can do it with the bigger ball. I forgot to mention is she's not in today, Melissa. Maybe she'll watch the class. She was having a lot of issues with her butterfly, right? So I like to sort of hook here. So kind of bring the ball with me. So kind of allows my core to work a little bit more. I can stand it a little bit, slide back in, lift it up. You see, a little roll into your face. I can also pinch it with my knees here. You see, just maintaining the ball control here. Seems kind of weird, but think about it. Like I have an arm bar. I'm trying to squeeze and finish my submission right now. All right. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm trying to figure out and create all these ways that I can make the most out of this situation. And then I was telling my roommate yesterday, Bo, I was telling him that out of this situation, I'm going to come out 10 times better instructor, 10 times better an athlete, 10 times better person overall, everything. The reason why is because I have to challenge myself. Professor Travis has to challenge himself to bring you guys this, right? He challenged us. He would challenge you, and putting us in that position of growing has allowed me to see a lot of opportunities of growth instead of limitations. All right.
Yeah. All right. So let's get to some questions, and they better be good, or the assignment is 500 burpees. It's either great questions or 500 burpees. Y'all decide starting now.
I just want to mention that Narian was late again.
Nariam doesn't understand the idea of early. Like he's early, like he gauges on time based on how late he was the last class.
You know,
He's like, I came at 11:08, which is better than 11:14, which is what I did last time. You should be praising me and not criticizing. And that's what I really think that's what it is. But we love him. All right, who's got the first question? Better be Nariam. No one?
I have a question.
Yeah, you just saved everyone from burpees. What do you got?
Okay. So in your opinion, from the standing position, do you like the cross grip or do you like the regular grip, going for like any takedowns or sweep that you like your approach?
Yeah. All right. So look, think about what do you want to get out of the stand-up situation, and understand what kind of control you have. All right. Same side gripping for here. Same side gripping here. Right. Is great for kind of forward, backward, and moving this part of his body across, right? So moving him in this. Now, a lot of what I have here and here, I can do the same techniques with. I can also Gari with the cross collar, right? I can Marote. The cross collar, though, but in Jiu-jitsu, one thing we do in Jiu-jitsu that we don't do a lot in Judo, full guard, the cross collar is great for pulling into an effective guard. For example, if I pull guard here, like this, like he's so much stronger here, right, than if I were here, where I could twist his spine. Yeah, that twist him. That's why cross collar for pulling guard is so much better. This allows him to have a straight spine, so when he postures, he's very strong. But when he postures here in combination with my movement, I change things. Okay, so that idea of twisting your opponent comes into play with what kind of technique you want to execute. If I want to do a dragging motion, cross collar. I would never consider a dragging motion with the same side collar because I would drag straight on top of it. Whereas here I can really change the angle of the person. So one tends to twist the person, and there are huge advantages to that, right? So there's no like answer. What do I like? I like to play both, but depending on what I'm thinking of, like if I'm approaching a match where my potential to pull guard or go for a takedown is 50-50. Let's say 50-50, I'm like, I'll consider pulling guard or going for a takedown. I'll tend to play something here because I can look for opportunities of pulling or doing takedowns that involve this. One takedown I really like is like the Gucci guard right here. Boom. I like this with the same side collar or with the cross collar. With the same side collar, I really feel my ability to set up throws and move, like control the shoulders left to right is strong. So for like a side, much stronger. A Soto, way stronger of a control, right? Or transitioning postures low to an over-the-top grip. Like here, if I get this, which this you could compare it to like, that's like this, but stronger. So if he's playing a low posture, fine, I'll take this all the time. Because now he's really strong. But I cannot do that here or even on this side. Okay? So it's a really good question because you see people playing both, and sometimes we try to categorize it like, well, which one's better? You know, they're both equally effective, but there are different paths that we can choose. So you can change it up, but understand what you're gaining and what you are sacrificing with each grip. Okay, cross collar, very effective for the pull. And one thing to consider: any like guard or otherwise, or standing, a cross collar always has the potential to add in a threat of an X choke or a loop choke. Okay, so when I'm considering pulling guard or even standing, like I like threatening those two from the standing, especially somebody who's playing kind of low. I'll go to that, right? He starts to come back a little bit, right? So, like once in a while, you'll get like a kind of a halfway loop choke, and then they really panic to get out. Look how he is. It's a terrible position for defending a takedown. So we can come in. The huge advantage of jiu-jitsu over, I won't say advantage, but the opportunities presented in jiu-jitsu over a sport judo match are that we can threaten different attacks. On the flip side of that, when he grips me here, I can threaten a wrist lock in a way that I can't threaten when he's really gripping here. Okay? But if he's gripping here and he's weak, I can sometimes turn. All right, so I could talk about this for days because there are so many things to consider. But I want you to think about, like, in the guard, I would mostly, if I'm playing a collar control game, I'm mostly playing cross collar because from the guard, way more options. And if I'm going to pull guard, I would rather pull with this grip already intact. One of the only times I grab same side is when I want to lift, right? Because now he cannot twist. Whereas with the cross collar, I want him to twist so that I can look for my angles. Okay? So, I probably play half and half on the feet, to be honest, to answer your first question. Like, which one do I prefer? Probably half and half. There are moments where I grab that because I feel like I can shake you up a little bit, and if and I have a decent stand up, so I like to threaten the takedown game. And if I have that grip and I think you're going to pull, I can sometimes control you better with maybe the same side. If I want to threaten the pull to guard myself, I'm going to play more of a cross collar game. Is that somewhat thorough enough to make sense? I got the yellow thumb icon. That means we're doing great. Okay, good question. Let's
I have
see
a follow-up question, if I may.
Yes, sir. Is that George?
Yes.
Hi, George.
Hi, Coach.
You don't
Yeah,
look
sorry.
like you're dressed up, ready for training.
He
You
was
look like
late. He
you're.
was late too.
George was late.
I was
George
late.
is dealing with the federal government and
Yes.
this whole trying to save our businesses situation.
That's right. That's what I've been working on. But I'm here. I'm here. And
I
I'm
know.
listening.
Props
And I'm
to
going to
you.
do some of those drills later on today, Coach. So don't worry. I watch your drills. I'm going to do them.
You've got a good reason to be late. Nariam's late because he had to go get like Dunkin' Donuts and eat those, and he was late waking up.
I like his shirt.
Oh, that's a Dunkin'. Whoa, it is a Dunkin' Donuts shirt. You must have tricked into my brain. I didn't realize that at all.
Starbucks.
That's eerie.
Yeah.
Of the subconscious. All right.
The-
What's the question?
So my question is, in the stand-up, right? So we're working, and I can usually deal with the same side collar grip, but when somebody grabs a cross collar,
Yes.
that's very difficult to deal with, to break it. And I know at one point you told me if you grab over top and you cut the angle, you're able to kind of collapse the hand in.
Sure.
But in practice, with people who know what they're doing, that's very difficult to do. So what's an alternative to that strategy?
Gotcha. All right. So now they're playing the cross collar. Okay. So they're here, right? And the thing is, like I said, when you have a cross collar, you can threaten chokes from the stand-up. So if I allow him to get the other hand right here, I'm really pretty close to being in big trouble when he gets that, because if he's smart, he'll pull guard or he'll just stay really close. So I can't lean on top of that, neck, or lean my neck on top of that. Okay, so one more time. Let's say from the beginning, as he goes, he grips that gap. I do like to intercept this. That puts counter pressure here, and my other hand can grip same side. Now I feel like I've killed the strength of his arm. So if he grips me with his left hand, like, it's not that strong. And really, if he does that, like start to come in, he's going for a run because I just secured the arms in a way that he can't stop my hip from coming in. But what happens is, like, we get hung up on one choice, and then it doesn't work, and we get frustrated, and we just insist on it, right? We become insane with, like, trying to make the thing work. I go here, and he wins the arm. Keep that arm up. Yeah, here. And I'm like, I can't do it. Well, look what happens. So come back to kind of a neutral position. Okay, so we're here. I grip. He grips. As I try to win, he wins. He's not super strong in every position, just in carrying my arm. So let's add to this now. One more time. It's real simple. I grip, he grips. I attempt to break, he lifts, I break. Right? You must be working your breaks and your angles together. I feel like that's been the concept of the whole week that I've been sharing is combinations, right? And not insisting on anything that's not there. And I feel like sometimes I might say the opposite. I might say, no, you gotta insist on it. It's there, but that depends on what's happening. I don't feel like he beat me to the elbow, beat me to it. I don't feel like in 100 years I can beat him. He's stronger than me. Simple. He's stronger than me here. He's not stronger than me here. Again, a little bit across your back, grip. Now I'll probably take the same grip because that's the quickest one. Now if he happened to catch what I call it, the same one, I won that. Okay, so that's the first thing, changing the way that we do it. Now to strengthen yourself, same idea. 1, 2, 3, move. got to get your feet moving. When you're standing, the person who can actively execute techniques while on the move is going to have the best option. If you get hung up, then you have to be really strong. And if I can change my angle and break at the same time, it's not just my arms pushing, it's the angle changing on their grip. So just change the approach. Yeah, if I don't feel comfortable with that and I can't win the exchange, either win the exchange or you break, right? It's like judo players are constantly they're constantly doing one or the other. They're either like they never concede a grip because what happens like guys, that's everybody's homework today. Okay, everyone's homework is just to watch some like Olympic level judo highlights, and you're gonna see some fascinating artwork because you'll see guys like they're here and they like don't like they almost like not grip because like if I go here he won't take his grip, he'll stay out of my range and then he'll go for mine and it's like right and then we're finally like here and then we finally get like a grip but they're like so even where it's like but whoever gets the slightest angle is launching the other person. It's hilarious because it's like what are they doing? It's like a minute or so of nothing, and then one of them finally gets the grips, they move, and then they throw. That's how important grips are. Once you have a winning grip, you can win at least the takedown game, right? If you sense that you're on the losing end of a grip exchange, start over. You don't have to play their grips. And I see this all the time, like, gets the grip, and he gets the other grip, and he can't get there, and he starts moving me around, and we just think like, well, this is what I got. Maybe this. It's like, we don't think about we have to always break their grips. No, move. Start over. Listen, Jorge, 101. Just get out of there. All right.
Sorry, Jorge.
Does that help a little bit?
Yeah, that's really helpful. That over the top grip, kind of shallow on the arm. And when you have that arm in that Americana position, do you have a foot sweep on the outside from there?
Absolutely. If you win that, I'll show that just real quick, right? If you win that, so if I win this, yes, I have a foot sweep, and I can get very close to him, right? Like this is not, good. Now, okay, I got two really. One, like if he's turned this much, I'll step in, or even not a little bit less than that. Just right here. I'll step in, and what I'll do is I'll get a little light and then really heavy. Light on the step in, heavy on the kick. So I'm gonna do super light. So I'm holding, and I have the whole thing. If he's a little more square with me, right here, and maybe gripping with the other hand. No, keep that one. Right, but we'll just say we're kind of here. Yeah, like this. Well, then maybe now I have my full society. Honestly, guys, that first one, that tap, it's one of the lowest risk, best sweeps you can do. Just your ability. I hit this when I came back from competition after years of being out from a back injury, and my opening round, I was nervous because I hadn't competed so long. And my opening round, there was nothing special. We had even grips. So, but he stood a little too much like this. And I literally stepped in, right hand, and then chopped heavy. So it was literally just right there. Simple. And what happens if he steps back? Nothing. You didn't get the takedown. But you started. You forced the movement. So when you can go for something that has almost zero risk and 100% reward, take that. Last one, and then we got to start the women's class. Yes, sir. All right.
That sweep that you did in that competition, did you see his weight lean forward? Is that why you did that technique? Because you saw him lean heavy on his lead leg?
Yeah, it's like you can kind of just feel it, right? Like, and look, a way to do that is he doesn't have that foot that far forward, right? I just do a little. And I feel like, man, my feet are based, his feet are wide, and he's got weight forward. I can step in. Like That's the drill. You guys can do this with and without a partner. It's like, you ever see fencers, right? Like sword fighters, like they're always doing that movement when they're covering ground. Same thing. I'm getting there quicker. I want to get there before he kind of executed. You don't have to be perfect. Oh, that's it. Right? But yeah, he just had a little bit of one of these fences. That's perfect for this outside. Okay, team. We're going to end the class right now. We have to have some time to get the women's class set up. So thank you all again for joining. Thanks for the questions. We're going to keep answering them, but always have the questions that you want to work every time in class. Keep showing up. Even if you're late, try not to show up late, but just come onto the call no matter what. Okay, come onto the class because we want to provide as much value as we can during this time. I want to make sure that you all do not join the ranks of a lot of society that is dark and pessimistic and has either put their goals on the back burner or abandoned them altogether. Because that's not what we believe. That's not what any of our students are demonstrated. And we want to make sure that collectively we inspire, motivate, and continue to show up. Most important thing. Thank you all. Let's bow out. All right, team. Ready, steps. Feet together, attention. Bow. Good job, team. Good work.
What time is the women's class?
It doesn't matter, Narim. You're not invited. It's at 12 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't show up with a wig or anything.
Okay.
12 o'clock. Hey, it's on a different link. So if you are sharing it, you got to check the link that I sent out. Different link.
All right.
Bye, guys.